My test revealed the Arran Victory is the best variety for making chips. If you can't get those, go for Maris Piper. Now I'm cutting the potatoes into fairly irregular sized chips because that makes for an interesting range of textures. The only important thing here is don't cut them too thick. If you do, there'll be too much moisture in the inside of the potato, inside of the chip, and what that'll do is it'll render the chips soggy. So once you've cut the chips, place them in a bowl of water and just leave them under the tap for about 5 minutes, just until the water becomes clear, washing out some of the starch. I've devised this recipe to make the fluffiest, crispiest chips imaginable. It's a 3-stage process. For the first step, after the potatoes have been washed, place them in a pan of lightly salted water and cook them on simmering. Now, they'll take between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on the potato. And what we're looking for here is we want the potato to be as close as possible to breaking up. Be very careful, though, if it's a few seconds too long, and you're going to end up with potato soup. These are just about ready. If I can show you this, you'll see the outside of the potato, it's all broken up. All those crags and cracks will absorb the oil and make the outside of the chip wonderfully crisp. So at this point, we need to drain them. I've got here a cake rack set over a tray. Just place them on the rack. There's still a lot of steam inside that chip, a lot of moisture. We want to get rid of some of that. We do that by using the fridge. Now, the air in here is very dry. I'm going to put this in here for about 30 minutes. So here's some that have been in for about half an hour or so. You can see they've got that wonderful rough surface. But what's happened is while the potatoes cool down, the starch in there is actually recrystallized. It's firmed up the chip. And that'll mean that we're going to have a wonderful crust. So now for step 2 of the 3-stage process, the first frying. In here are chips that are dried in the fridge. The oil's set to 130 degrees centigrade. They've been in here for about 5 minutes and they're just about ready. What we're looking for is the outside of each chip is just beginning to colour, but no more than that. At this stage, we dry them out once more. There's still a little bit too much moisture inside each chip. If we don't get rid of that, these chips are still going to become a bit soggy. So, drain them back on the cake rack and repeat the process again, putting them in the fridge, leaving them to dry out a little bit further. Now, once that's done, you can place them in a sealed container and leave them until you're ready for the 3rd stage, the final frying.